Hey there, how you doing? This is Martin and welcome to the training video for GDPR. So this is the app that we've come up with to solve this GDPR problem, and it really is very simple to use. So when you log in, you're going to see a dashboard similar to this. You won't see the same options on the side because this is my admin login, but you will see create campaign, training and support. So training, that's where you are now watching this video. Support, if you run into any problems, click support and you can get in touch with us. So what you're going to want to do is create a campaign. And the beauty of this is you can create one campaign and you could use generic URL and business name, like the business name for your entire company. And you could run that single GDPR campaign on all your sites. So if you needed to make any changes to your terms and conditions, your privacy policy, the stuff about cookie consent, etc., all you have to do is log in and edit it in one place. Now, I don't know how many sites you might have, but if you're like me, I have hundreds of different websites and things all over the place. Managing those individually with like WordPress plugins and things, it's not going to be feasible. So I have campaigns and I'm setting them up in here now because we just finished this app. I'm going to set them up centrally and then I'm just going to vet all the data and the content and stuff, and the whole thing will run from in here. So I'm going to edit that in a second, but the other items in the dashboard here are, you can see when it was created, you can edit it, you can clone it. So if you want to make one specific to each different site you have, you can preview how it looks. Then you just click here to get the embed code. So you click that and you get a little notice in the top right. That's the one bit of code that you paste into your own website, and then you can delete the campaign as well. So let's click in and edit. And this gives you all the stuff that you need for your basic GDPR compliance. Now, I will say a lot of the compliance stuff is based on how you treat people's data. There's only so much of the law that is to do with actually displaying things. I mean, you can put all the notification up you want, but if you don't treat people's data correctly, that's where the main breach in this is going to happen. So you give it a title. This is your own title for your campaign name. And then a very important feature we added here is this show for EU countries only. So this information, it's an EU law. So technically it has to be displayed for people from the EU. So we've set this to, when you turn it on, only people who come from IPs of countries that are in the European Union will see the message. Now, I think this is going to quickly become kind of more global, because even if the website is in America, the chances are they're going to have customers in like the UK, or I'm in Ireland, for example, I'm in the EU, and it's going to become a kind of a standard. And I don't know if other jurisdictions will bring in the same law, but it's going to become something that people expect to see. So you may want to just leave it on for all visitors, which you can do as well. You can just turn this off. So the color pickers here lets you pick the different things for the icon, the border, icon color, title. These are all self-explanatory, and you'll see these now in a second on the demo. You'll see what they control. So these are all buttons and things. So you just click on it and choose the color, click this little thing in the bottom right, and that will set the color then. Next thing is the icon. So this is the icon that's going to appear on the website where you have campaign. So you just click here. You can pick any icon that relates to your site, and you can also show the cookie policy, or you can turn that off. So cookie policy is good to show now. I think that's a law in the United States as well as in the EU. So it's just good policy to have all this stuff available. So the first thing is the message here that's going to appear at the start, and you'll see this when I give you the demo, the attention required. Then it's got a default cookie message here, then a button for people to accept it, then another button for the privacy center. The privacy center is where all the GDPR stuff is, and more color options here. And these are the different GDPR compliance things now. So I'm going to go down and I'll scroll back up. So you've got your cookie policy, you've got your privacy policy. You can turn these all off and on. You've got terms and conditions. You've got your data request. That's where someone can request that you furnish them with whatever data you have on them and tell them what you have. And then enable data erasure or data deletion, depends what way you want to phrase it. And this is where they request that you delete their data. So we have default content in these now. And I will stress, and it's kind of common sense, this is placeholder stuff that we've got from our own research. We are not a law firm, so do your own due diligence and use your own lawyer if you want to make sure something's 100% legally compliant. I mean, we're using these, but I can't, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't tell you, yeah, this is fully legal compliant. We're using it on our website, and it's up to you yourself just to decide what content to use, but that's why we've made it editable. You can log in, add any special policy you want. You might have a different privacy policy than this boilerplate one. You may have specific terms and conditions like about refunds or whatever. So you can edit all that and it's all there for users. The main thing is the GDPR is it's accessible, easy for people to see and easy for people to get at their data, find out what data you have and have it deleted if they so wish. So rather than go through all these articles on all these terms and manually copy and paste and find everywhere you've typed your website name, everywhere you've typed the URL, if you had to do that for like 10 sites, let's say you change the URL of one website and you still want it was still the same company or something, it would take you a long time to go and manually edit this. So what we've done is you can add we've got the default content, but you can add your own content and just leave these placeholders which we've outlined. You can see them in here like this here with the hashtags website, and then you define them at the top. So everywhere you type website name, website URL, your company name and your email address. Everywhere when you type these 4 things here, these will automatically appear inside all this kind of legalese jargon here. So if you wanted to change anything, you just simply change the name here and it changes everything for you. So works really, really well, a big time saver. So that's where you define all your content. And then the last setting on the bottom is your email settings. Now this is so the emails can send when someone requests for the data to be deleted or if they request to get their data. And we've got some other information on this on the page, but basically you're going to add your SMTP, which is basically an email provider, and you can use something like SendGrid, which is a free plan up to like 15,000 emails, and you just define who the email is going to be from. So that's the email that sends to you and the to email. So this is where you want the notices to go. So I've just set this up to be my support email address, and if anybody requests data or if they want stuff deleted, it'll just come into our help desk and then we can just process it from there. So that's how everything gets set up. Now if we click on preview, you can load a preview page to see how it looks. So this is the way it's going to load on a page, and I'm going to show you it on a real site. But you go in and these are all the color things that can be defined. So people, first of all, they accept cookies, then it changes to this and the little message appears and fades out. So it's just going to be a nice non-obtrusive icon on the page, and that's what you have to display somewhere now with this new law. You have to display this. They click on it and it loads up your full privacy center then, so they can check out your cookie policy, check out your privacy policy, terms and conditions, and these are the first 3. So cookie policy, you see here, it's got, if we go back over, you'll notice this is where this is the name I defined, so it's automatically put that in there, and that's going to be appearing everywhere within the app. Next thing is privacy policy. Again, this is the company name as opposed to my actual brand name. Terms and conditions, again, it's the same thing. Then these are 2 apps we've included. The data request app, so people just fill in the form, they type their email in here. Just going to type a dummy email. This will fire off an email to the inbox I've defined and it tells them that it's been sent. So then you would have to manually follow up with the data request because there's no single app that can automatically get all the data from all the different places. I mean, you could have just emails in your inbox, you could have IP addresses, you could have stuff in Aweber, stuff in GetResponse, stuff in all these different places. But if someone does request, you're now legally compliant and you can follow up with them. There's no need for anything beyond that, I think. Then data erasure, this lets people request that you delete. So it's kind of like almost like an extreme unsubscribe, and you can just comply with what they have asked then by sending the request. So that's how it looks on the front end. Now the beauty of this is if you want to add it to any website, all you're doing is you're saving your changes, you're going back to your dashboard and you simply copy the embed code, and let's open up Notepad here. And this is how it looks. You just paste it in, one line, that's it, paste it in then. It's going to work on your site. Any changes you make in here, they will be reflected on the site and so on. And you'll have seen on the GDPR sales page, that's where we use it ourselves. And really, it's that simple. I don't think there's any way you can mess up the setup of this, but if you do run into any problems or need any further help, or indeed have any suggestions, please do get in touch via support and we'll be happy to help you out. So that's it. Thanks for watching and best of luck getting all of your sites GDPR compliant.